Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Please, if you can hear me, just let me know by writing me on that. Just drop a comment to let me know you are hearing me. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Let me know you are hearing me or you can hear me so that we can proceed, because I don't know. Okay, Sister Tracy, good afternoon. I can hear you. Okay, thank you so much. Sister Lovett, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sachi Gozie. Okay, yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon, Sister Edith. Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon, Max Domso. No sound. Max Domso, I don't know if you can hear me, or you should just try to do something from your side because others can hear me. Okay, so today we are going to answer some questions together as usual. Give me some minutes. Let me share my screen with you. Okay, so this is the first question we have before us. Good afternoon, Mr. Authentic Babe. So, Mr. Noso, please, if you, sorry, Mr. Dom, so if you can, do something, regarding your, I don't know, the volume from your phone or whatsoever set you are using. I think that do us good, or it will solve your Good afternoon, Mr. Chimezie. Good afternoon, Mr. Fidelis. Okay, good afternoon to you all. So we have this question before us, which I will appreciate if you can leave your answers below if you have the idea of what the question is talking about, because here it says, i limiti di velocità sulle autostrade per coloro che hanno conseguito la patente da meno di 3 anni è di 110 km/h, which is the speed limit on motorway for those who have had their driving license for less than 3 years is 110 km/h. So we have a FASO from Sister Tracy. Sister Tracy. Yes, from Sister Tracy, from Sachigozie, from Sister Edith. Okay, thank you, Mr. Donso. Okay, you said you can hear me now. So we have answers already, FASO. So as usual, I don't normally answer questions just like that without going through the reason why it could be true or false. So, for example, this question says, limited di velocità sulle autostrade per coloro che hanno conseguito la patente da meno di 3 anni e di 110 km/h, which is the maximum speed limit that you can drive on a motorway if you've gotten your license less than 3 years. Is 110 km/h, which is not true, because if you've gotten your license for less than three years, what you need to drive in the motorway is 130 km/h. And you know, we have different type of road. We have Strada Extraurbana Principale, Secundaria, and also we have Zona Centro Abitato, and also we have Autostrada. So if you don't know all this category of roads, I will advise you to make sure you go and you know, check out the one of the video that I posted on my YouTube channel, so that you can have a good understanding of this road type of road, and also the speed limit that is allowed in all those type of roads. So, but this answer is false, because on a motorway, what you can drive if you are having your license not up to or not more than 3 years is 100 km/h, not 110 km/h. For those people who have their license for more than 3 years, is 130 km/h on a motorway. But for those who have their license not up to 3 years, which is less than 3 years, is 100 km/h on a motorway. So the answer is false. Number 2 says, il segnale raffigurato vieta la fermata del veicolo tra le ore 17 e ore le 20, which is the sanction prohibits the stopping of the vehicles between 17 and 20 o'clock, which is from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So leave your answers below. If your number 2 question is, if you think it's a vero, just let us know, and if you think it's false, so let us know as well. Il segnale raffigurato vieta la fermata del veicolo tra le ore 17 e le 20. Mr. Monday Gostam said number 2 falso, and Sister Tracy said number 2 falso. Okay, Mr. Chimezie said fa so. I don't really know the number you are referring to, Mr. Chimezie. If you can be specific, that will, be very good and also authentic, big. So, Sachigos just said too far. So, okay. Kenny Cole said too far. So, okay. I'm not going to tell you whether it's Faso or Vero because it's an opportunity for us to know some other things that is attached to this sign. For example, before we go to the answers to know if it's true or false, there are these three signs that I want us to put into consideration. For example, the sign A, which is deviator di sosta. This sign A is the sign that prohibits you from stopping. That is why, if you look below, you see where I wrote prohibition of stopping. While the sign B is the parking sign, which is a package. If you look below, you see parking. This is the sign that permits you to park. So when you're having this sign B, it makes you can park there. While the sign C is called, sorry, there is a mistake here. Well, this, how do I do this? This is supposed to be, this is supposed to be sign C. This is supposed to be sign C. Let me see if I can do this correction here. There is typing error here. No. The problem here is that, okay, let me take care of it. Where is my tests? Please give me 1 minute, please. Let me do that. This should be deviated di sosta, not this is deviated di sosta. While here, I'm going to write in that case, I think it's better I just do something like this. So please pardon me for this because there is this typing errors that I need to, I need to correct. So we have these three signs here, which the sign A is deviato di sosta. Sorry, deviato di fermata. I think I still need to make corrections here. I still need to make this correction here to answer our questions so that we don't get confused. Deviato di fermata. What is not right? So this number, this sign A is deviato di fermata, which is the sign that prohibits you from stopping. You understand? That is why if you look below, I write deviato di fermata. This one is deviato di sosta, which is prohibition of parking. Prohibition of parking, you understand? So I think I needed to cancel this thing first. Please, this thing is not going out. Let me get like this. Okay. Okay, I think I have to do it like this so that we can get, so that we don't get this thing confused. This typing, this mistake is from me. I think okay. Okay, so the sign A is prohibition of stopping, while the sign C is prohibition of parking. So please permit me for that, because there was this typing error that I needed to, to make sure I correct, so that we don't get things confused. So, but if you look at these two signs, this sign A and sign B, they are, sorry, and sign C, they have something similar, you understand, or they look similar, because if you watch sign A is crossed 2 times, you understand? So you have, this, the blue sign, 4 parts of it. Let's call it slice of pizza. So if you look at the sign A, you see that you are having 4 slices of pizza. While if you look at the sign C, you have 2 slices of pizza, you understand? So the sign A is telling you, hey, Mr. Man, this place you cannot stop. Therefore, in the presence of this sign, you cannot stop. But while sign C, in the presence of sign C, you can stop, but you cannot park. In the sense that you cannot leave your vehicle, you understand? Maybe you leave your vehicle. For example, if you want to, maybe you stop, you want to quickly buy something from, maybe from a shop, is called parking, because anything that makes you to walk away from your vehicle is considered parking, you understand? So in the presence of sign C, you cannot do such. In the presence of sign A, you cannot do such. But in the presence of sign C, you can stop. For example, if I have a call from anybody, maybe my phone rings and I want to make sure I respond to this call. So what I just need to do is to stop. So I will stop. At that moment, I respond to my call because I'm still inside the car, so it's considered stopping. But anything that makes me to walk away from the car, in that case, is called parking, which is in the presence of the sign A and sign C, I cannot do something of such. But in the presence of sign C, I can stop to respond to my call. In the presence of sign A, I cannot stop to respond to my call. So in the presence of sign A, I just need to continue my movement, you understand? While sign B is the sign that, of a reserved parking space. So if I'm having sign B, it means that this place I can park, you understand? Then, but the question says, il segnale raffigurato vieta la fermata del veicolo tra le ore 17 e le 20, which is the sign shown prohibits the stopping of vehicles between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Now, anytime you have this kind of sign, what you need to do is this, because here it's talking about prohibition, you understand? That is, it's another figurative. So it's talking about prohibition. Then go and look the side where you are having this prohibition. If you look at the side where you are having the prohibition, you see that you see that what you are having here, we have from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. But it's not prohibiting fermata. What this one, stopping. This one is prohibiting parking. That is where the answer is falso. Because, for example, maybe we are having this sign A in that position, the answer would have been vero, you understand? But for the fact that we are having this sign C, which is this one, we are having this sign C, which is prohibition of parking, not stopping, you understand? So the answer becomes falso because what I'm doing, I'm stopping, and this sign is not prohibiting me from stopping. It only prohibits me from parking, you understand? So that is where the answer is false. So for those of us who responded falso, I think, yes. For those of us who responded falso, you answered right. And please, once again, I apologize for that mistake there. Nobody is above mistake, so that is that. So then the number 3 question said, I massimali della polizza di assicurazione responsabilità civile auto sono le somme di denaro che l'impresa assicuratrice riscuote ogni anno da proprio cliente, which is the maximum insurance policy, auto liability insurance coverage, are the sums of money that the insurance company collects from its clients each year. So what is your answer to this question? Good afternoon, Sister Queen. So if you think the answer is vero to number 3, let us understand. And if you think it's falso, let us understand as well. The answer to number 3, because I want to hear from you before we proceed. It seems this number 3 is difficult. I massimali della polizza di assicurazione responsabilità civile auto sono le somme di denaro che l'impresa assicuratrice riscuote ogni anno da proprio cliente, which is the maximum insurance policy, auto liability insurance coverage, are the sums of the money that, or sums of money that the insurance company collects from its clients each year. So, Mr. Monde said, vero. Okay, Sachigo said vero. Mr. Stanley said vero. Yo que si vero. Authentic Babe said vero. So this answer is, one, understand what is the I massimale della polizza di assicurazione responsabilità civile auto. What is it? This word assicurazione responsabilità civile auto, if you buy your car, you must make sure you insure your car. It's obligatory. If you don't insure your car, you cannot drive this car in a public, you cannot park this car in a public place. You cannot drive this car on a public road. You understand? So it is obligatory that you must insure your car. That is why it's called responsabilità civile auto. You understand? Now, what happened? When you go to do your insurance, they will tell you that maybe in terms of, maybe, for example, because the reason why you are insuring your car is because in case of accident. Now, they will tell you that, for example, in case of maybe accident happen, this is the amount of money that you can be paid. For example, let's assume you are having Ferrari. You understand? Ferrari, yes. Your car is Ferrari. If your car is Ferrari and you want to insure your car, they will tell you that, okay, this is the value of Ferrari. And in case of accident happen, let's, for example, you buy this Ferrari, let's not exaggerate. You bought this Ferrari 100,000 euros or dollars or pounds, and now maybe after 3, 4, 5 years, the value of Ferrari come down. You understand? And maybe this Ferrari, you know, accident happened and the Ferrari got destroyed. You understand? And maybe after 5 years, the value of this Ferrari is no longer 100,000. It's now 500. It's now 50,000 euros or dollars. So the insurance, what they are going to pay you is the value of this car in that year. You understand? So that is the maximum they are going to pay you is that the value of that car at that particular year or that moment when the car destroyed. And that is called il massimale della polizza di assicurazione. So the maximum they are going to pay you, you understand? That is it, which is the maximum amount that the insurance is going to pay you in case of accident. You understand? So it's different from the amount that you pay to renew your insurance. For example, like my insurance expired, I think some months ago. So if my insurance expired, then I'll go there, make sure I give them the money, or maybe I do a bonifico, as the case may be, that they will send everything to me, those kind of things. So it has nothing to do with il massimale della polizza di assicurazione responsabilità civile auto. So the answer is falso, because it's not the sum of the money that an insurance company receive from you every year. You understand? It is the amount of money that they are going to pay you in case of accident. So I don't know if the explanation is clear, but if not, please don't forget that you can ask your question. Maybe you can drop your question at the comment section, or if you're in our WhatsApp group, you just be patient. At the end of the explanation, you can ask your question. And also, please, if you want to do me a favor, just try to make sure you share this link with your friends, like the video, and if you have not subscribed, just try to make sure you do so. So the answer to number 3 is falso, which is false, because the massimale della polizza di assicurazione responsabilità civile auto is the sum of the maximum amount, the highest that the insurance company is going to pay you in case of accident, not the money that they collect from you every year. So the answer is falso. So number 3 said, quando è accesa la luce verde del semaforo in figura si deve proseguire diritto. That is, when the green lights of the traffic light in the figure is on, you have to continue straight ahead. So leave your answers below. If you think this answer is Vero Princess Happy Kwese, good afternoon. I'm just coming. Okay, you are welcome. Don't worry. Everything is recorded. If you can still, you can still replay the video at the end of the discussion. So leave your Sachigozie said number 1 falso, and Mr. Chimezie said number 4 falso. Mr. Chimezie said number 4 falso. Casey said falso. Princess Happy said 4 Vero, and we have Sister Sophia said falso. Sister Edith said falso. Sister Tracy said falso. Authentic Babe said falso, and Sister Sophia said falso. Sister Queen said falso. Okay, we said falso just as usual. I'm not going to tell you why it's Vero I'm not just going to tell you it's vero or falso, but let's see the reason why it's vero or why it's falso. For example, the question is saying that when the green light of this traffic light, for example, when the green light is on, that you need to continue straight. You see, in every junction, it's either you have this type of traffic lights or you have this one, you understand? Or maybe it's a junction, especially when the junction is regulated by traffic light, you understand? Except it's not regulated by traffic light. So, for example, at this junction now, we have this type of traffic lights. This is called semaphore de coursier. Now, if you watch, you see that we have arrows pointing to different directions. Now, let me name it A. I think I need another column. Red is okay. Let's name it A, B, C. Now you see that the arrow of A, we are having the red one, the yellow one, and the green one, which is the A is permitting you to go only straight, while the B is permitting you to go only left. Or is referring to the people, A is referring to the people going straight, while B is referring to the people going right, while C is referring to people going straight and left. For example, if you look at this junction we are now, you agree with me that what we are having here, is a green light, which is referring to people that is going straight and the people that is going or turning right. That is why you see this car is going, this one left already, but we have this one that is stopped because look at here, you see a red traffic light, you understand, referring to people that is turning left. For the fact that this vehicle here is turning left, so you have to make sure he stopped until this red light turn green. So in this situation, when for example, the light A turns green, you are obliged to continue straight. So you have to make sure you continue straight. You don't turn left, you don't turn right. But in this other situation, for example, this is another type of traffic light that you can find in any of the junction regulated by traffic light. So you agree with me that what we are having here is a round traffic light, which is similar to the one or the same thing to the one that we have in our question. Whenever this traffic light is green, for example, it means that you can go to any direction. So if the road by the left or by the right permits you to enter that particular road, then you can enter that road. Therefore, this traffic light is a type of traffic light that permits me to go to any direction that I want to go. You understand? So in the presence of this traffic light, I'm not obliged to go straight or go left or turn right or turn left. You understand? If I want to go straight, I go straight. If I want to, if this maybe the road that I'm going is by the left or by the right, I will enter it, provided that no sign is prohibiting me to access that particular road. You understand? So returning to the question, the answer is false, because se quando è accesa la luce verde del semaforo in figura si deve proseguire diritto. No, because this word here deve, is like, or is obliging me, you understand? Deve. That is obliging me to go straight. No, I don't have to go straight. If I want to go straight, I will go straight. If straight is the direction that I'm going to, yes, I will go. But if right is the direction I'm going to, I'll go right. If left is the direction I'm going to, I'll go left. So It's not true that I must go straight, I must continue straight. So that is where the answer is FASO, because in the presence of this traffic light, I'm not obliged to turn left, right, or continue straight. So the answer is FASO. Let's move to the next question, which is question number 5, which says, il segnale raffigurato indica la fine dell'area destinata a parcheggio, which is the sign shown indicates the end of an area reserved for parking. So leave your answers. If you think it's Vero, leave your answers below. If you think it's FASO, leave your answers below. So we are just answering them together, but I have to wait to see, you know, what your response are. Mr. Chimeze said Vero. Sister Sophia said FASO. Sachigozie said Vero. Mr. Monday Augustine said Vero. Mr. Max Donso said Vero. Sister Tracy said Vero. Sister Fede said Vero. Okay. Authentic Babe said Vero. Very good. Now, before we answer this question, I want us to, you know, first look into this Panelli integrative, which is this supplementary panel. For example, you see this panel is not only added to this parking sign. It can be, they can add it to segnale di, maybe divieto di sosta, divieto di fermata, divieto di sorpasso, and so many of them, you understand? So whenever you are seeing, even for example, rough road, you understand, they can still add it to it. So whenever you see this, for example, I decided to name them sign E, F, and G. So whenever you see this sign E, you understand that this is the beginning of the prohibition or the restriction. You understand? So for example, if I'm having this sign here with maybe under segnale di divieto, maybe divieto di sosta, fermata, or sorpasso, it means that that prohibition is starting from where that sign is. Then whenever I'm having the sign F, it means that it is the continuation of the prohibition that they gave to me, you understand, before. So I need to continue. That is, the something is in continuation. Then if I have the sign G, it means that it is the end of the prohibition. So take note. If you look, we are having A and B, A and B, A and B. But it can only be A, you understand? It can only be B. Just as this case, you understand? Here, here, and here. So, but in our question, we are having the B of this sign G, you understand? That is why, because one thing I will tell us to enable us know this thing, or remember it maybe in our quiz, you understand? Always take note that from left, you do it like this, from left to up, you understand, is the beginning. That is, your left hand to up is the beginning. The continuation is just, you understand, is easy to understand because you have the two arrows pointing, one pointing front and one pointing, down. While the ending is from up, you draw it, just do your hand from up to left, from up to right, you understand? To enable you or to help you remember, this sign, because sometimes they are really very difficult to, to remember. It's really very difficult to remember them when you're answering a quiz. So in order to help you do that, like I said, your left to up like this is the beginning. You understand? That is where the something is starting from. So if the arrow is pointing to left, it means beginning. If it's pointing up, it means beginning. If it's pointing down, it means ending. And if it's pointing right, means ending. You understand? So these two signs can help you to remember them whenever you come across them in any of your questions. So going back to this question, you agree with me that we are having this this sign B of sign G. You understand? Therefore, is nera figurato indica la fine dell'area destinata al parcheggio. The answer is vero, because it indicates the end of the reserved parking space or parking area. You understand? So that is why the answer is vero. Number 6 said, nella situazione rappresentata in figura, il veicolo B deve dare la precedenza a tutti gli altri veicoli, which is in the situation of the figure represented, that vehicle B must give a right of way to all the vehicles in this intersection. Please, this place is not it's a repetition of the question. It's not translated. So, but the translation is what I just did orally. For example, the question says, in the situation represented here, that the vehicle B must give right of way to all the vehicles in the intersection. So we have Sachigoze said vero. Okay, Sister Sophia say, I understand now. Thank you for that, Sister Sophia. Sister Feather said vero. Sister Sophia said vero. Number 6, Authentic Babe said vero. Mr. Gustam Monde said vero. Sister Tracy said vero. Sister Edith said vero. Sister Queen said vero. Now, I have a question that I would like to ask here. Who is deterred to leave this intersection? That is, I mean deterred to leave the intersection. If it's T, just write T. If it's B, write B. If it's G, write G. Or another thing you can do, just write the order of passage of this intersection. You understand? Just write the order of passage, or you write the third vehicle that, you know, the third vehicle to leave the intersection. Okay, Fede said TGPB. TGPB, okay. TGPB, Authentic Babe, okay. The black vehicle is the third. Okay, the order is tram, red, blue, and blue. Okay. Okay. TGBP, okay, TGBP. Okay, very good. That shows that we all understand these the tricks, you know, under this SMP encroaching. So I really appreciate that one. So for example, the question says that vehicle B need to give or have to give a right of way to all the vehicles in this junction, which is the same thing as vehicle B is the last person to leave the intersection. You understand? Therefore, the order of precedence here, remember that we said that when you are having this kind of situation, and you have tram among them, tram is the first to leave the intersection. It is a right of way given to them. Vehicles that have priority in intersection is tram, ambulance that is in emergency, police vehicles that is in emergency. So, and healthcare people that is in emergency, you understand? So all these are the type of vehicle that whenever you meet them in intersection, they are the first to leave, no matter the situation, you understand? So in this case, now we have a tram here, you understand? So first, tram has to leave the intersection. Tram has to leave the intersection before we know every other vehicle that can follow up. So now tram has left, you understand? After tram leaving, if you watch, understand something, that this triangle sign is called segnale dare precedenza, which means that if you're having these two triangles, you must wait to give right of way to vehicles that is coming from your left and your right, you understand? So therefore, in the presence of this sign, you slow down. If the vehicle is coming, then you stop for that vehicle to pass before you engage the intersection. Now, if you look now, the vehicle P and vehicle B is having this sign, and we have vehicle G that is coming. Therefore, vehicle P and vehicle B have to wait for vehicle G to pass. Now, after vehicle G must have passed, now let's do it like this. We no longer have vehicle G at the intersection. What we are now having is vehicle B and vehicle P. You understand? For the fact that if you look at the trajectory of vehicle B, you see that vehicle B is turning to his left. You understand? Turning to his left is giving out his right hand to the vehicle P. You understand? Therefore, his right hand is occupied. In that case, this vehicle P have to wait for, sorry, vehicle B have to wait for vehicle P to pass. Then vehicle B will not be the last to leave the intersection. You understand? The reason vehicle B have to wait for vehicle P to pass is because the general rule says that any vehicle that is having its right hand occupied have to wait for the other vehicle to pass. You understand? The right hand of vehicle P is free because the tram is no longer there. The right hand of vehicle P is free. Therefore, the right hand of vehicle, for the fact that the right hand of vehicle P is free, vehicle P can leave. But vehicle B is having vehicle P at its right hand. Therefore, vehicle B have to wait for vehicle P to pass. That is why vehicle B is the last to leave the intersection. Like you all wrote, the order of passage is T, G, B, sorry, I said B, P, that space is not enough. Let me write it again. Okay. The order of passage is T, G, P, B. So T will be the first to leave, followed by G, followed by P, and followed by B. So B, we have to wait for all the vehicles to, pass the junction before B would be the last to leave the junction. So going to our question, for example, which says, nella situazione rappresentata in figura, il veicolo B deve dare la precedenza a veicoli, a tutti i veicoli, a tutti gli altri veicoli. Remember, if you are waiting for a vehicle to pass intersection, what you are doing is you are giving precedenza to that vehicle. If a vehicle is waiting for you to pass, it means that you have advantage, or you have precedence or precedence or priority over that vehicle, because sometimes there is a way they twist the question. For example, in this kind of diagram, they can tell you that nella situazione rappresentata in figura, il veicolo P ha la precedenza su veicolo B. The answer will still be 0, because it means that vehicle P have a priority over vehicle B. You understand? So there is a way they used to twist it, but understand that if I'm waiting for you to pass, it means that I'm giving you a right of way, I'm giving you a precedence, which means that you have precedence over me, you understand? So all of these vehicles, they have precedence over vehicle B. That is why vehicle B have to make sure it waits for them to pass before it will not be the last to leave the junction. So the answer is vero. One number 7 said, causa probabile di incidenti dovuti alla struttura della strada può essere strada a percorso pianeggiante, which is the probable cause of accident due to the structure of the road may be plain road. For example, leave your answers before we go, we go to do the explanation of this question to know if it's vero or falso. Okay, Sachi Garcia said it's falso, but I don't know. Let's see. Authentic Babe said falso. Sister Feder said falso. Sister Tracy said falso. All of us, we are just saying falso. Okay. We are saying falso, falso. Sister Queen said falso. Causa probabile di incidenti dovuti alla struttura della strada può essere strada a percorso pianeggiante. The probable cause of accidents due to the structure of the road may be plain roads. Okay. For example, what is this question telling us? It's saying that the things, for example, to break it down, something like it is more easy to have accidents on a plain road than a rough road. That is just to sum it up, you understand? For example, if we have this kind of road, this is a road, full of corner. You can see we are on a mountain, you understand? Here we're on a mountain. If you are driving in maybe in this type of road, you need to be very careful, you understand? If you are driving, if this road, you are passing through this road, you need to be very careful. You need to drive with prudence. The same thing here. If you are driving on this kind of, carriageway, you must make sure you are very careful because anything can happen, you understand? So it is more likely for accident to happen here. The same thing, this road, if you have this type of road, you see that your driving will just be smooth, you understand? Because this is what they are referring to strada pianeggiante. You understand? It's a plain road. You see, I'm seeing very far, before a vehicle can reach me, I can even see from here to, to kilometers to kilometer distance, you understand? So it's very far, you understand? I mean, it's very plain, you understand? I can see far, the visibility is very high. The same thing here. You see here, this one is even more, because compared to this one is even more, more relaxed to drive. Reason is because we have a separated carriageway, you understand? Which is, there is no risk of a vehicle coming from my front, you understand? And also we have different lanes that is reserved for each vehicles, you understand? So if I want to occupy the first lane, I occupy the first lane. If I want to occupy the second lane, I occupy the second lane. So just like that. So it makes the journey very easy, and also it reduce the probability of getting accidents, you understand? So what the question is saying is that the probable cause of accident due to the structure of the road, remember, it's talking about the structure of the road, may be because of a plain road. No, it cannot be true, because if I'm having a plain road, it makes it easier for me to travel than when I'm having this type of road or this type of road, you understand? So the answer is false, because if we consider all of them here, for example, you see the road A, you see how rough it is, you see the road C, you see how rough it is, you see the road C and road D, how they are plain, you understand? So it becomes more easy and more comfortable for you to drive on roads B and D than road A and C, you understand? So that is why the answer is false. Now, another thing, sometimes this question, it will also come with, for example, they will tell you un ostacolo non segnalati or un pericolo non segnalati. That, in that case, it becomes vero, because if there is a danger on the road and that danger is not signaled, is not there, as in there is no sign telling you that in 150 meters there is a possibility of you to encounter this kind of danger or to come across this kind of danger. So it becomes more dangerous, and also it becomes more easy to, you know, to have accidents on the way, you understand? So take note, if they place it like that, always understand the answer is vero, because for example, let's use this, okay. We have two roads here, road A and road C. If you look at road A, I know where my carriageway is, you understand? I know, for example, from here to here is my carriageway, you understand? And also the road C is tied. But road A is not tied. But both of them, they are, you know, more dangerous. It's more likely to, you know, to have a accident. Maybe in this road A and road C, unlike road B and road D. But if you also consider road A and road C, you see that it is more dangerous to drive on road A than road C. So that is why sometimes when you are having the question before you, just try to understand what are they referring to. For example, if I'm having a plain road that is full of a pothole, a plain road that is having a rough road or potholes that is not a signal, it is more likely to get accident on that road. Unlike when they maybe they will have a pot road on a plain road and is you know, is signaled, then I will understand that in 150 meters time I'm having this kind of pothole, so I need to moderate my velocity in order to avoid danger, avoid all those accidents. So always try to put into consideration what what the question is talking about, so to enable you answer it correctly. This number 8 says, una spia di colore rosso contrassegnata da simbolo di figura, se accesa durante la marcia, indica che occorre effettuare la revisione periodica di legge entro un mese. That is, a red warning light marked with the symbol in the figure, if turned on while driving, indicate that the periodic vehicle inspection must be carried out within a month. Leave your answers below. Let's understand what you see, what you think, or what you understand from the question. Sister Tracy said FASO. We have Sister Casey said FASO, Sachiko said FASO, Sister Fede said FASO, Mr. Gostam said FASO. Everybody is saying FASO, where I'm saying Vero. So I'm saying Vero. Let's see who is right among us. Okay, but me, I answered Vero. So let's see. For example, what is this this periodic vehicle inspection, or for example, this revisione periodica di legge that they're talking about, you know, remember we said if you buy a car, or you buy, yes, you buy any vehicle, or let's say a car, from directly from the company, this revision, you have to do it after 4 years. You understand? So after 4 years from the first registration, you have to do it. Then after that 4 years, you have to do it 2 years consecutively, you understand? But this sign is a sign that is indicating to you that, for example, if this sign is on during driving, it shows that you are having maybe something is wrong with your brake, with your brake, you understand, your brake mechanism. Therefore, you need to make sure you take your car to the mechanic, you understand, for repair. So it's not true that maybe if this one, it can happen after maybe 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks you come from the mechanic, you understand? So it's not true that it must be revisioning that you need to do periodically, you understand? No, it's not true, because this is something that can happen maybe 2 times a year, as the case may be, or it might not even happen after 5 years or after some years, maybe, I don't know, depending on the condition of your car. So it's not something that happens periodically, that have its own time to happen. Once the brake is faulty, you see this sign telling you that you need to make sure that you take your vehicle to the mechanic for a checkup, you understand? So it's not a periodical something that that is backed by law, you understand, that like this like the periodic inspection of vehicle, you understand, which is, that one is backed by law, but this one is not. This one is just a problem that is happening inside your car, which is precisely your brake, you understand? So that is why the answer is FASO. So moving to the next question, which is question number 9, which says, quando I vigili si dispone con le braccia aperte verso la nostra direzione come in figura, non si può svoltare a sinistra. When the policeman stands with his arms outstretched towards us, as in the figure, you cannot turn left. So when we have a policeman or vigil in the front of us with his arms stretched wide, as we are having on this image, so it means we cannot turn left. True or false? Okay, Sir Chigozie said vero. Sister Sophia said vero. Authentic Babe said vero. Sister Fede said vero. Mr. Monde said vero. Mr. Frank said falso. And because all of you are just responding vero, vero, and I'm saying falso. But actually, the answer is vero, because take note, when a policeman is stretching his hand towards you like this, is considered to be a red traffic light, you understand? Remember, when the traffic light turned red, you can't turn left, right, or continue straight. So red means you have to stop. In order for you to understand the position of this vigil, I think I have a video that is well explained, you understand, on this YouTube channel. Please, if you can, go and look for it later and watch it, positioning the vigil, so that you understand all these different positions. Take different positions. I try to explain them over there so that you understand, understand it perfectly. So this number 9 question is vero, because when vigil, stretch his arm towards our direction, like we have in this image, it means you cannot turn left, you cannot turn right, you cannot continue straight. It's equivalent to a red traffic light. So the answer is vero. Number 10, it says, il segnale raffigurato indica che la linea ferroviaria ha solo un binario, which is the sign depicted indicates that the railway line has only one track. Please leave your answers below. I think this is our last question of today, so that if you have a question, please just make sure. If you have questions, make sure leave your questions below. Let's quickly look into it. But and also for those of us that is that is on WhatsApp. If you want to ask question directly, I've shared the link, the Zoom link with us, so you can, you can enter the Zoom meeting and ask your question. But if you don't have question, I think it's better not. And also, if your question is about maybe the number 1 question or number 2 question, I think it's better you just try to make sure at the end of the meeting you go and replay the video instead of me going back to explain again. You understand? So that is that. So number 10 question, we said faso. Ok, il segnale raffigurato indica che la linea ferroviaria ha solo un binario. Ok. So, we all answered right because it's false, because remember, this sign is called Croce di Sant'Andrea, and when you have it, double like this, it shows that you are having more than one track, just like we have here in this image. It shows that you are having more than one track, which is from 2 and above train track. You have this kind of sign, but if it is one track, you have only one of it. You understand? That is where the answer is. Il segnale raffigurato indica che la linea ferroviaria ha solo un binario, falso, because it's not only one track. It means that you are having more than one track. You understand? So I don't know if you have question. Please, you can leave your question below, and also, please remember, if you want to join our Zoom meeting, you are free to do so by reaching out to me with my number that I dropped there on the YouTube link. So you can do that. And also, please, if you are here, you have a question, I think we are together, you can ask your question. But if you don't have any question, I believe it's better we call it a day. I just have to, we have 2-3 minutes to do that, if not less than. Let me see if we have question here. We don't have question, we don't have question, we don't have question. So, okay, I think there is no question, for today. Okay, so I want to say thank you to you all. If I hope to see you some other time. If there is any changes, I will still let us know. But please always remember to make sure you do your quiz. I'm really happy for your response today. So many of you, almost all of us, we got, though there are some I think I got some wrong. You understand, like the translation and some other things. So, but I'm really happy for the way you guys are, trying, continue, make sure you always do quiz, do much quiz as possible. You understand? That is the best way to make sure you get rid of all this, Patente headache. You understand? Because the more you do quiz, the more you start seeing a different question. And I tell us, if you're answering your quiz, after answering your question, always try to make sure you go and review them. You understand? So that you'll be able to understand the reason why you fail some, and the reason why you even there are some questions you get right mistakenly. You understand? You can still review them. You understand? So that next time it will just be there forever. So thank you for your time. I appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.